for the first time ever on a Best of the Year show, we're now going to talk about a show that I saw, loved, and put in the top 50 of the decade, but Matt, up until this point, hadn't had chance to see. I'm talking about Sky Atlantic and HBO's blistering 5-parter Chernobyl. HBO was coming off the end of Game of Thrones, and are they going to survive? What's the next big talked about drama going to be? And then Chernobyl comes out of nowhere, made by a production company here in the UK with okay names of a degree, you know, Jared Harris, Stellan Skarsgård, and Emily Watson, but nobody where you'd go, okay, this is a big name, big production drama. But I was absolutely floored.
In the past, I think HBO has been your sort of least preferred cable channel of choice, but I think over this year and maybe last year, they've produced some of your favourites, haven't they?
They're making shows that really speak to me, and I'm actually already excited about what I'm going to like of theirs next year. Yeah. So, because I mean,
like the FX shows as well. I mean, we like, but I think HBO have, as you say, the last couple of years, I think have, because they used to be sort of the big programs, didn't they?
Big
like the
budget.
Game of Thrones,
yeah.
But they've sort of branched out into more
smaller
shows, giving people their voices, I suppose, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so Barry and Euphoria are great examples.
I mean, do you want to set it up?
This is the true story of what happened at the Pripyat sort of facility in 1986,
nuclear power plant,
where there was a massive nuclear meltdown, and Homer Simpson was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't believe that A, this had happened in my lifetime, and B, the cover-up and the scale and the effort that the writer of the Hangover and the director of the song Here We Go Again from 1993, Stack a Bow, had produced this incredible piece of TV drama that I just couldn't take my eyes off. What did you think, though? You've got to tell me what you thought.
I really enjoyed most of it. I thought the actual, build up and explosion and the sort of the aftermath and everyone's sort of reaction to it, the hospital scenes, the relationship between the Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgård characters.
Yeah.
A lot of people played this with their normal accents, but then there seemed to be a few who were putting on like Russian, like Emily Watson.
Do you know what? That I thought was going to niggle at me, and actually it didn't, because the story was just
because I mean most people were doing their normal accents, and that's what reading up on it, I think that's what the creators wanted. They didn't want this, but then like some of them did do that, and I think Jessie Buckley did that as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
In her part of it, and I like you had this emotional centre to it. You had the sort of academia versus the emotion. Jared Harris playing this very sort of buttoned up scientist, and Emily Watson as well, I suppose. And I think some of the cinematography and things like that, you had that shot in the first episode where the bird drops dead. There was really a lot to like to it. Obviously, very relentlessly bleak. The final episode as well, with the trial and everything like that, I thought was really, really well done. I mean, a great cast. I think a lot of great voices as well. Like I love Con O'Neill's voice. I can't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy who was playing the head of the secrets, or the KGB man, actor called Paul Williams, who's been in quite a lot of British dramas. There's a lot of sort of people, as you say, you wouldn't know the name of off the top. Like Paul Ritter and James Cosmo was in there, wasn't he? He was one of the miners. He hardly had anything to do as well. But I was thinking, I can't believe he did Celebrity Big Brother. That was my. But no, it was. I mean, I can understand why people have flocked to this. I don't think it's my favourite of the year, and it was very sort of, I suppose, telling this true story very much to the letter. I don't think there was a lot of dramatic license, maybe.
No,
in the
that's
way
what I really respected about
that
it.
There have been in, like, the act. What we were talking about Versace last year. They had that sort of, as you said at the time, did Versace ever meet Cunanan?
I'm so glad that you found time.
I mean, I don't think you could watch this and not be at least impressed by the scope of it. You know, I was reading around it. They filmed, I think it was Lithuania. They filmed most of it, didn't they? But they recreated it sort of incredibly well. I think.
Did it move you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, certainly. You know, these people completely uprooted from their homes, and obviously the final scenes where they just showed all those photographs of the people that you had been watching and things like that. It is one of the best of the year. I was surprised you had it as high as you did in your list of the decade, but I think it sort of
I think because it was
it stuck with you, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's important, you know. I mean, to think that this has happened in our lifetime. There's a lot of true stories that I've liked over the last 10 years and stuff, but this one I think is an important watch.
Didn't go down too well in Russia, so I understand.
No, I could say, yeah, nor did the Americans, I'm sure. Right, so that is Chernobyl. Please watch it over the course of that weird week between Christmas and New Year. It'll cheer you right up.